Y'all.
Welcome to the After Party podcast.
Welcome. Honestly, welcome to our YouTube channel officially. I feel like that's a better way to go about it because, we've been posting the shorts and stuff on YouTube, and we're, very active on the gram and on TikTok if you're a real follower.
I love that.
Now this is really the inception
I know, you get to hear the background story.
Of YouTube, right? We
Yes.
have Chantel behind the camera who's gonna be editing and helping us along the way. Wouldn't be really possible without her. We're so excited. We got vlogs coming up. You're currently watching the After Party podcast with Cazador Events. This is gonna be industry focused. We're gonna talk about our expertise in the events industry, how long we've been going about doing this, the
kind of like the ins and outs.
The ins and outs of the Toronto scene and how you're going to be on the journey with us on our expansion. This is a really big period for us expanding, nationally. We have you'll see
some
a vlog.
Crazy deals coming up.
You'll see a vlog in a couple months. So now the vlog series is called, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. The Event Mode Vlog Series.
Yes.
So that's going to be more.
Oh, I was like, event mode activated?
No, that's the tagline.
Yes. Our vlog series is going to capture our event mode, fully activated. And then our podcast is the After Party. That's where we debrief the event.
Exactly.
So it's you'll have the before, the full behind the scenes, and literally the after, how we debrief every event, how we analyze and see what can we do better and what can we do more.
We'll also have guests.
Yeah.
So those will be coming on, and they're going to be industry professionals, people that we've been chatting with, people who have helped us along the way, and people who we are helping grow, together because we love small businesses and small businesses rise up.
Exactly. We're really big on having a win-win process. We want to make sure other small businesses also win when we all book business together. It's a big piece of the pie that everyone can get. Exactly. And we'd rather support local, which is one of our triple Ds.
So we have a game coming up, and maybe do you want to give a little intro about yourself?
So Jessy, 31. I was like, let me just start with the basics. Born and raised here. I've been in the industry for about a decade now. Went from MLSC to a few agencies, and then to us doing it ourselves. And I think it really, our tagline is the next generation of events. And I really think that's who we are. It's the millennials, the Gen Zs, all the future generations to come. We're the change of the world. And so that's kind of what's led me to here.
Yeah.
And yourself?
Well, my name is Marco Briganti. I go by pronouns they, them.
Oh, yes.
Wow, you said your age. I'm 28.
Oh,
I ain't 30 yet, so I'm the young one. Okay. I've been in the industry about going into 10 years, probably more so in the 8-year range. But if you really count when I started events, you have to really
that's
go
so much
back
longer.
because it dates back to high school.
100%.
In high school. I started a green club.
Oh,
we
love
called
that.
ourselves the G unit at first.
I'm learning new things on this podcast along with our
literally, and so that was
that's the most millennial thing I've heard.
having a student group at the time, being born in that circumstance, and we sold water bottles to schools, reusable water bottles, and then
I love that.
Then I went to the university and also got to get into student politics.
You were involved in a lot of things in high school and university?
Yeah, so high school, that was my science. So I was very big into sciences at first. I was gonna my mom was a veterinarian, in the veterinarian field, so I was gonna get into that as well. So my science teachers saw I wanted to get involved. They were like, hey, we have this idea, do you wanna help us? And so I helped them kind of bring that to life, and we did so many cool things. But then in university, I jumped into student politics again, and
I love that we're the same person.
Our big mantra was because we're a commuter school downtown at I won't say the university yet because that's a question. But being a downtown campus, we're a commuter campus, and the commuter campus thing for student engagement was how can we keep people on campus after school when home is so close.
I love how we have completely opposite experiences, which is great because we bring both experiences.
Exactly. So that was the inception of getting to know Toronto. I moved downtown. I figured out the scene. I was also getting to know myself coming out as queer in my first university. So very very big growth period, living on my own and all of that, and getting into student politics and kind of growing a community in school that you would feel very happy and like excited to like go to. It wasn't just about the course. And then like after school, it's like, how do you carry that on? I'll say that after university, I did a number of different things. I'm kind of that person, like when people ask like, what, oh, like where else have you worked, or like stories come up and something comes up and you're like, oh, I did this at that job and I did this at that job. People are like, oh, like how many jobs have you had?
I feel like
I've had a lot of jobs, but they all taught me so many different things. And I think because I've had all those jobs, I got all those skills, I really bring a lot more to the plate in this position. Because I just know how to do so many random things. Along the way in the industry, we met. She used to be like one of my managers, and then we're equals. And yeah,
except when someone needs to be bad cop, then it must be me.
Do you wanna say kind of how maybe Cazador came about?
We'd worked at a couple agencies together, but the first one, we didn't really have too many projects together. We were in 2 different teams, even though I was a manager, you were a coordinator, but like we never had the same projects.
Senior coordinator, get it right.
Senior coordinator.
I was never hired as a coordinator, I was always senior coordinator. I just promoted myself to, co-founder, so.
Exactly, that's the only promotion we need.
The last promotion.
And honestly, we worked on our one project together, which was a little bit of a trauma bonding story, but we worked so well together despite like we never worked on a project before, and we jumped into that like perfectly. We were having sleepovers, like we were talking all the time, and like we literally helped each other out during one of the most like intense projects of our life.
Yeah.
And then we went to a different agency together, and I remember being on the bus on the TTC and being like, so don't you think we can do this better? So we're gonna be taking a question each, and we'll answer them, I think.
Okay, so
I love that.
Actually, this is more of like just like an opinion, but why we're the best?
Oh, I saw this question and I was like, excuse me, why not?
Honestly, everything we just said, we're the best because we are innovative, we're effective, and we're your best friends, and we have the best intention for you. We just had a wedding show this weekend, and one thing I wanted to get across to all the new brides and grooms and whatnot was, listen, like, everyone in the room, like, we've been working with for about like 10 years plus, like in this journey. So you can come to us and, say, hey, like, am I getting a good rate? Is this like a bad idea? I have this vision. Is it crazy? And we're gonna tell you how to get it done in your budget and like as close to your vision as possible.
Exactly.
And like that should be all event planners, like it should be your event planner's goal to like get your vision. Exactly. My favorite part of like the whole journey is like seeing the clients like smile at the end of the day because like we got.
Or when they realize that like, oh my God, you pulled it off.
Exactly.
Like you literally made my mood board come to life. I'm like, yeah, it's your vision. I just know how to bring it.
Many, many reasons, and you shouldn't want any other event planner anyways.
Exactly. We're fun and we care and we know our stuff. Most stressful event together. Oh my God, this would start. Well, I missed my 30th birthday. Or not my 30th, sorry, it was my 28th. It was my champagne birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was a conference. God forbid a girl have a day off.
No, but
previously, but
we tried.
I don't know.
We'll just say it was like a beauty client, and it was one of those.
It was a large conference and expo, trade expo.
First of its kind, I would say.
In Canada.
If we said the brand, all the girlies would jump. So we.
But also, if you follow us long enough, you know the origin story. You'll know. You know.
And I think that was like one of those clients where that agency that we were working for at the time. Appointed us to be like a part of that project because they obviously knew that we would do it really well.
It was all my ideas that came to life and during that whole thing.
And we killed it. Like let's not.
It was stunning.
It was amazing. But
it was stunning.
It was the journey. Like we were working. Like our bosses, our directors.
They made it stressful. Searching through. I have trauma from searching through binders to find an answer. I'm like, if this was digital, I would have found the damn answer in 0.3 seconds.
I would say that the team was a little bit more disjointed. And like the directors that were working on. We had 2 directors. We had the manager. And we had a senior coordinator. And I would say like the people above us. Like this was a time period where we would pitch really cool ideas because we've seen things like being tested out in really cool places. And then we would pitch these kinds similar things to our clients, or like our directors wouldn't really trust us with this kind of like pitch because they think it's too like
Everything
too
was
out
just so
there.
negative.
So like we were going for like these really cool things, and we were really trying to make mountains move, and we did. But there was a lot of just like back and forth, like with management being like, hey, like make sure just like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, and we're like, babe, like it's gonna be
And then,
going
but also
amazing,
not
but
even
like
doing
don't,
it
don't
nicely.
stress
There was
us
no
out more than we
morale.
have to be. Like you should be more of a team player. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like more, and I think that's a big part of our company environment. We're such a team. It's
Yeah.
like actually we're here to make each other better. Like you tell me what's wrong, tell me how to improve. I love it. I want to support you and your ideas. You have a wild idea, say it.
And that was also
maybe we can figure
that was
it out.
also
We can
an
make it
environment
happen.
where they like really pushed us through the grind and like
Exactly.
putting us on like 100 different projects that were all like needed like
Yeah.
40 hours of time.
But we were each other's like sunlight during that
Exactly.
entire project. So it was extremely stressful, but we were the only ones making each other laugh.
That was probably where the possibility of Cazador was born, because
Yeah.
like we realized like
We did it
we
ourselves.
went through like the grits together, and like from
Trenches.
that we realized, oh, like if we can do that, like pull it off, like even with that much trauma in that situation, like imagine what we can do minus the trauma
I know.
together. Favorite part about working together? Okay.
So many.
Okay, so for me, favorite part about working together is that I would say like, even on our worst day, we figure it out.
Right? I was just honestly, I was gonna say, you make life fun.
Exactly. No, like
You make work fun.
There are some things like at first I'd be like, oh my god, how am I gonna tell Jessy?
You know, I'm like, oh Lord, how do I tell Marco this?
Or because like I think that's from the trauma from our agencies in the past.
But like we can
But
deal with everything.
Every time then I come to push on the show, I'm telling her like what I'm so worried about telling her, and then I'm like, oh, actually, that was like so easy, because she's like, no, this is what we're gonna do, and I'm like, oh, perfect. Okay, if you wanna come.
Okay. Another favorite part.
Okay, so now, do you have? Is that the same answer for you?
Yeah, I was gonna say like work is not. I feel like in our past it was always like you just had to go to work, but work can be fun. Work can
Oh,
be
yeah.
like I know how capable Marco is and how intelligent and like problem solving, all that I know exists. But when you have fun with it, you're like, yes, we can get through all of it. There's too much information in this world to not ever have an answer. Okay, this is fun. I don't know if I'm gonna know the answer. First concert. I want to say my oldest memory is definitely with my sister Gori. We went to watch Swedish House Mafia.
Oh, I actually do feel like I remember when I was like
That
in
was
town. I think I was in
iconic.
grade 6 when that happened.
I think I was in grade 9.
And
I actually, you know what? That might be my first because I think I was like just old enough. I didn't drink at the time, but I was like, she's like 9 to 10 years older than me, so I looked like I was one of the older girls, but I was not. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't drink. It was how I did that sober is youth.
Mine is very iconic for me because this person's also like my favorite person, like celebrity-wise and like icon. Miley Cyrus.
Miley as your
Miley Cyrus
first
bangers.
concert?
Her sliding down that tongue.
That's iconic.
And going through the room on that hot dog was my first concert.
Wild.
And I remember I was new to Instagram when Instagram was a different
This is
time.
Miss Molly's origin.
Well, Instagram was a different time back then, and I
Such
was
a different
literally
time.
posting like countdowns like on my feed, like 100 days till Miley.
You're precious.
Oh my god, our favorite event together. You had most
Buddy.
stressful, I have favorite. I think I would say just because like we were
Thinking.
learning so much at this like together, like I would say our first like big pride event.
Stop, that was my answer.
North of Wigstock.
I think we both cried a little that night, like on stage.
We had like really like high hopes and dreams for that one, and there was like a lot of things that happened and a lot of things that didn't, to say the least.
We were very ambitious with our first, but that just shows how pure the passion is.
What is most important, I would say, is that we had a really amazing community that came out regardless.
And supported
You know,
us.
there were things beyond our control that
Yeah.
happened. Like night before, everything, 10:30 p.m. the night before, Everything was good. There were no there were no canceled flights. Everyone was like so shocked at how amazing this was gonna go.
And then
11 p.m. hit, and I got a canceled flight notification, and I can't get our fucking celebrity on any other flight. But honestly,
that was fun, and I remember you being like, "We'll figure it out. It is what it is."
But I remember being like, "Oh, honestly, like with Jessy, like this just like is totally like okay. Like we're going through this together, and we're gonna make the most of it." And thank God,
it's still gonna be a success.
Thank God, I already had like worst case scenarios in my head going through my head like for weeks already.
Always.
So I already had like a plan on like what we were gonna do, like if worst came to worst.
Yeah.
Because a good event planner always does that. Hello.
Exactly.
But
there's
like,
always 10
knowing
brain
that
plans.
Jessy was like right there with me and like just like followed me, but also like took helped me like take the lead and stuff.
So proud.
Yeah, it ended up being like Canada strong, literally like.
No,
the artists we had were amazing. Now
Amazing.
she's our host, Van Goth, is the winner of the last season of
She was
Canada's
so
Drag
good.
Race, season 6. Like, hello, like that just tells you we're really good at like picking entertainment.
What do we bring to the Toronto event scene? Took me a minute to read.
What do you think we bring?
I think we bring our creativity. I really do think people, I'm not saying others aren't creative or don't have out of the box thinking. I just don't think that they think it's possible. Like I think a lot of people conceptualize, but not a lot of people can think like conceptualize and then be like, no, this can totally happen. Like we can make this happen. So I think that is what's cool and what we bring to the Toronto scene. Like I think there's a lot of ambition, but we can actually make it happen.
What I would say is like this past weekend,
Oh yeah, that too.
we were at like the bridal show, or we were at a wedding show again, and we like went on Instagram Live, gave out some raffles and stuff.
We had a fun booth.
We were right in front of the fashion show. We were like so very well situated, I would say.
Yeah.
And so just coming out of all of that, what I would have to say is people were surrounded in fire. Like people came to our booth like so many times, said like we were the moment, we were the place to be.
Like they wanted to talk to us.
You know, like this was the booth people wanted to be at. You know, I saw other vendors come like look and gaze and be like, oh, what are they doing?
Oh my
Like,
God,
we're
I
not.
saw that.
And I think like we have vision and like we bring it to life, like regardless of like how it's gonna happen. But we also are, we're so good at our job. Like every idea these days like starts with like, okay, this is how we're going to do it. Like we have a plan. We have all the resources. What we were telling, you know, the brides that like we are like your best friends along the way. We've made our process full circle, going from like me building those relationships with vendors to then make even stronger client events because we're using those vendors to like build our clients'
100%.
events. And then they're amazed, and then we're amazed, and then we get more business, and then we get more business for the vendors. So you see how it all works.
Everyone wins. Everyone wins. Oh no, yours. Turn. Sorry.
Our very first event together. I'd have to say it was the postal service. I won't say which postal service.
Oh, that one.
It was, we just started working together. It was her event, and I was just like executing
cute.
for a few
We were
days,
so
helping
young.
her out. And that was just it was her vision, and I was just there for the ride to help it out, and it was amazing.
I always had really fun ideas, and like they were doubted, but they ended up happening, and they were gorgeous. Ooh, oh my God! First travel for work. Whistler. I went to Whistler for a site visit. That was a lot of fun.
Nice. My first conference, kind of out of one of like my first jobs out of university, was working at Expedia, and
So fun. I would love that.
one of their head offices is in Dallas. So I went up to Dallas for like a week, and they
Back when it was fun.
they trained you with like everyone else that's starting that same kind of period.
Ooh, this is fun. How we're change makers. I would say, kind of following up to a few previous conversations, we're really good on the trends. I think both you and I are really good at knowing what's happening in the world, politically, socially, economically, environmentally, all that. I think staying on top, like staying relevant and with current events. We know what trends are happening. Like for the bridal show, I was like, we have to do neutrals and we have to do bows. It was such a hit. So many brides were like, this is exactly the aesthetic vision that I want to go. And it's like, I think that is what's fun, what makes us change makers, because it's not just going with like traditional themes or what's done in the past. It's kind of going like, what's being relevant right now and how do we make it timeless?
Exactly.
What would you say?
I would say everything we've said. Like we're with the tech. Like we are.
Yeah.
I'm trained to be like a digital event strategist. So I'm always thinking about how we can like make more efficient digitally. And then also like we're young and we talk to our adults or like our adult clients the same way because that's who we are. We're not trying to be like these like older people who have like like years and years worth of experience.
I'm not trying to sound ancient.
Like my knowledge isn't dated back to like, you know, the 40s. Like my knowledge is dated back to the last 30 years. And like that's the same age as our client.
You want them to have fun. Why do people enjoy working with us? I think for all these reasons. It's our personalities. I think we bring the fun to the meetings. Like we can have a fun budget meeting. It doesn't have to be daunting. It can be fun, you know.
Or let's do like meetings like in person. Like,
yeah, let's go
venue.
for lunch. Have like we can have the same conversation. You know, budget's over. Okay, cool. What can we cut? Like let's think outside the box. Let's brainstorm.
But also like let's have a conversation about maybe like how's life, not just
exactly.
work.
We care about your life. We care about, you know, your partners, your kids, your dogs, your cats, your everybody.
I would say we're also like in the very, very similar like life point as like our clients. So like we just get it. Like you're not talking to like a retired person. We're talking. It ranges from like a few years older than you to like a few years younger than me. And
we have a good range.
Exactly. And that's why we like know a bunch about every kind of era. And
we know how to approach all
and we
eras.
cater to everything. That's why. How many years since we started Cazador? Ooh. December 27, 2023. So we're in our third year, y'all.
Yes, we're in year 3. Where did we go to school? I love that. Bring origin story. I went to University of Waterloo for law and politics. A lot of great friends and great experience came out of that. And honestly, I take a lot of those learnings, like I'm still doing contracts. It gets crazy. Like I still take all of my law learnings and apply them to the business, which is fun. And then I worked in the industry for a little bit, and then I went to George Brown for sports and events marketing, which is what led me straight to MLSC. I did the 2019 Raptors championship, so like a lot of cool, iconic things along the way.
I went to school at downtown Toronto at Toronto Metropolitan University. To be more specific, I went to the Ted Rogers School of Management.
I was going to say that. I'm like, you did not mention that. It's a really cool
thing.
The
Ted Rogers School of Management is honestly like where the me today was really born, I would say. Wow, our last question, and I would say this is like just overall encompassing.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Our first conference ever, like outside of us. This wasn't officially my first conference, but I'll say it was like.
Oh, I remember mine.
But I would say this is like one of the first most important conferences of like my life because I was like, I was actually planning it. So it was TRMC, the Ted Rogers Management Conference.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So it was actually the 10th year. So it was a big year for the school to actually invest more into the conference. So I got like all this extra money to like do cool stuff.
To do the fun stuff.
And
we need money.
it was really cool because I got to like, it was like a weekend-long conference.
Oh, that's amazing.
And like because I was like working in hotels, we did it at the Weston Harbor Castle. Like everyone stayed there.
Wow.
Yeah, so
what
it was
a
like
10-year
it was
relationship.
literally like I was working
well.
at the hotel. I was planning the conference at the hotel. So I was like I was having requests. I was putting in requests at the hotel for my
myself.
group. Yeah, yeah. And like I was but outside of just the hotel, like there was a number of other venues that I had to choose for like night and galas and stuff. Like also concerts, venues, and club venues, like because there's club nights too. And one of the themes of the conference was to get as many people from outside of the province as possible from other schools. So we had like brand ambassadors out in other provinces and other schools trying to get them like to want to come to our conference, other business schools. So it was kind of like a very wide audience. Like it was people from all over Canada who came. Steve Wozniak came, who's one of the founders and creators of Apple. And he was like our final closing speaker. But we went for like the most magnificent venues that the city had to offer, and I was like, wow, all this money. I think that was like the first time I was like, wow, like being in events, like you have a lot of responsibility, like with all this like money, but like you really have to like make sure like it's something grand, because if you spend it on something that's stupid, you're gonna look fucking stupid.
My first conference, it was when I was working at MLSC. I had a bigger role in the Women in Sports conference, which was kind of the first time I actually saw like a women-led and like a women-focused conference, and that was really cool. I think that was such a moment of like, oh, okay, we're actually here, we're doing this, and it gave me hope of like, you know, you can make conferences fun and pretty. They don't need to be as boring, and it was so fun making everything be meaningful.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
We
hope you enjoyed this first episode.
I had a lot of fun filming.
We're gonna try to. I think definitely our goal for this year is to be producing more content than you've already seen. And if you're on our, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, you know that we post and you love seeing our faces. We know that. So this is obviously something new for us. Let us know how you like the long format. You'll see. Let us know what more
you want to see on the after party.
Exactly, on the after party. And the event mode vlog series coming soon.
It's a whole thing.
And obviously, this is a good plug. If you have any events needs, you know who to call. Cazador Events in Toronto, CazadorEvents.com.
And if you have a question, you can always submit it too. I'm telling you, next one's a reality show.
And Cazador Events on YouTube. Subscribe, y'all. Thank y'all so much, and we'll see you again soon. Ciao.